Fine. I'm over here playing a game. It's you, by the way.
Oh, is it? I thought it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Let's see. So I want. I don't know. Should I just leave my fun at 0? And try to increase something?
I mean, do what your heart tells you to.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like I'm going for Calculester. I don't know if he cares about fun.
He just wants to know what love is.
I wanna know what love is. I want to increase my boldness, but I don't know if I want to go into the bathroom again for like the 3rd time. So much bathroom. I'll just go in the bathroom. Well, in the bathroom, you tell yourself in the mirror that you're so bold that you would kill a tiny, big-eyed turtle with your bare hands. What? That monstrous act would instantly give you 500 boldness. But come on, you're just talking to yourself in the mirror. What's the merit in that? You know what? You can keep 2 of them, just because you said it. You see Calculester happily tending to his favorite little aloe vera plant when suddenly...
We're here to save the day!
What?
The Coven. We're here to save the day.
But is the day in trouble? Calculester, thank the fates we found you.
Remember they said they always are saving the world.
Well, yeah, but from what?
I don't know.
A terrible curse has befallen us and we require your aid. I was built to help, literally. I have attempted to diversify in terms of my purpose, but my prime directive remains. Well, as you know from religiously following our TV tropes page, we are currently engaged in a vicious struggle against the sun itself.
I'm concerned as to where this is going.
The sun is a mighty foe, capable of inflicting tremendous casualties, but we have fallen victim to its wiles. Behold! The Coven uncover their shoulders to reveal some particularly vicious sunburns. And so we've come to you, renowned herbalist, for a balm in our time of need. Let us cut the leaves from your little plant so that we may avail ourselves of its healing properties. Allow me to clarify your intention. You request that I destroy my favorite aloe vera plant in order to treat your sunburns. We ask that you make a noble sacrifice to free us from a terrible curse? Yes.
Okay.
Internal conflict detected. I do not wish to do this thing, but I am too kind to say so. Friend Suki, what do I do? Let's think about this logically. Many people have done terrible things, but no plant has ever committed an evil act. So, isn't this plant worth more than the entirety of monster kind? If you're looking for aloe vera, why don't you just ask Vera? Aren't they, like, related or something? I mean, I have smarts of 11, but I don't think that one's gonna cut it. You know? Oh, God. I'm gonna go with the top one, because I think that one's the smarter option, because I don't know where the second one's gonna go. I don't know what outcome that's gonna lead to.
Don't know.
Impressive.
I'm so smart. By the goddess, is it possible? Were we the villains all along?
Yes.
If I respond with affirmative, will you cease to demand the destruction of my treasured plant friend? Yes. Then yes. Oh, how we lament our debased animal ways. What? How can we make it up to you, good and pure aloe vera? Shall we weave you a spell, slay one of your enemies? I do not see how that is necessary. But we must perform a quest to absolve ourselves of guilt. There must be some task we can perform on behalf of your plant friend. I suppose you could bring me one ice cube. I water my aloe vera by placing an ice cube in the pot so that the water enters the soil more slowly.
We must save the world.
An ice cube, a fitting prize for the most noble of plants. Our only hope is that the precious ice can survive the heated machinations of the vile sun. Meanwhile, my question is it okay to give your plant an ice cube? Is it okay
water.
with the color? Or the color? The temperature? I didn't know if
it is fine with the temperature.
Because, don't plants not like if you give them, like, really hot water? So I wasn't sure if really cold would be okay.
But that's because it fries their roots.
So the cold doesn't necessarily do that.
No.
That makes sense. I never really looked into it. I just, when I needed to water a plant, I used room temperature. Or whatever it is that came out the tap.
Yep.
Yes. Well, good luck. The coven rush off to find ice, happy to be on a mission. Calculester turns back to his plant, happy not to be a part of their mission anymore. For brokering this truce, I got 2 charm and a fun. Wow. I have 1 fun. Besides my devastatingly low fun, my stats aren't looking too bad. They're not looking great.
Let's do this!
Let's do this.
Want to go to the library?
Give me your money.
Oh, give me your money. Okay.
Give me your money.
I'm too poor for everything.
Wasn't that gift that keeps on giving $0? I just noticed.
It is.
Or cocaine. I almost wonder if, like, the Russian book will somehow call upon the Eldritch being.
No. Might be good for Calculaster. A sexy fake Latin accent. A fake badass tattoo. Just tap water. Happy little accident.
Catch you later.
Box.
Oh, you were naughty.
I got cold. All my shit is in syrup.
That doesn't seem like the gift that keeps on giving. Based on how early you would die during a zombie apocalypse.
Neither of us leave our houses.
I don't know. Who could run faster?
I have asthma, so you.
I guess that works.
That's how that is decided, apparently. The Calculaster's up there.
There's a Yeti parasite down there.
There is. I can't believe I'm at 0 overall. That's so fucking rude.
But it's also the gift that keeps on giving, so maybe it'll give you again. Maybe.
Maybe it'll give me something. Who knows?
I don't know. When you arrive at Scott and Calculaster's table, Scott isn't there, but he comes back. When I sit down, clearly delighted. Oh man, everybody's butts smell great today. It's like a bouquet of butts. A butt cut. What? Oh, you dog. And look at this. Suki's here too. Hey, Suki. I bet you also have a butt for me to sniff.
I'm concerned.
Do I have a butt? Yes. Is it for you to sniff? Not necessarily. Scott, I advise you terminate your current course of action. What? Translating previous utterance into Scott-readable format. One moment, please. Scott, smelling butts equals bad. But how can smelling butts be bad when smelling butts is good? It is not good. It is bad. Also see uncouth, invasive, and totally nasty.
Oh my god.
But with two T's. Either Scott is malfunctioning or he's just been distracted by some fun new butts. Either way, you need to find a way to resolve the dispute. You don't understand, Calculaster. You use complex analytical software to understand your surroundings. Scott's complex analytical software is smelling butts.
That is technically the accurate version, but not the version that you need to get Calculaster.
Calculaster is right, Scott. You've got to be polite and respect people's privacy. Why not present them with an official form requesting a butt smelling?
Touchdown!
Oh, I already have one of those. Scott hands you a piece of purple construction paper. On it he has written, "Can I smell your butt? Yes, no." It is not a legally sound document. Please allow me to assist. Calculaster prints out 500 copies of a very official-looking bureaucratic form and hands them to Scott. He's clearly put some thought into this. Form A55. Anal Oral Factory Rendezvous Request? Wow, it's even got a seal from the Bureau of Unilateral Tush Tasting. What? Do you see now, friend Scott? Bureaucracy can be friends. Can be fun. My brain stopped working because I was still caught up on bureaucracy. Because it's too long of a word.
Too big of a word for Suki's brain.
In me trying to be Calculaster. Yeah, I'm gonna go pass these out to everybody. With Scott gone, Calculaster prints out a single copy of a different form and hands it to you. It's form I love you 6969 romance escalation consent request. Nice.
Let's do
If I ask him to be my prom date and he says no, I'm gonna be thoroughly misled. You sit with Zoe and Damien. Damien seems angry, but in a low energy way, which is very weird for him. You feel the urge to check. Don't talk to me, fuck mice. I have a cold. I feel like shit. I just want to drink my soup and murder somebody.
I like his outfit. Also, isn't that fire?
I mean, it looks very similar to fire. I don't know if it's technically correct, though. Let me, oh, there's my phone. What's that adorable little cup you're drinking from? What? This cup is not adorable. It's a trophy that I took from a super buff dude after I killed him. But it says I'm #1 son of hell on it. Yeah, well, maybe the buff dude was the #1 son of hell before I killed him and took his soup mug. Shut up and don't look at me! Okay. Well, if you have no sentimental attachment to it, I guess you could sell it to me for, like, 1,000 monies.
That's 10,000 monies.
It's a lot. Yeah, right. Like you have that much money. Dude, I was an eldritch deity devouring souls for centuries. Do you think I never took their swag along the way? Give me the cup. No, it's my #1 son of hell mug, and you can't have it, so stay away from it with your tentacles and your mouth and your evasive questions.
Why is he blushing?
Why? Why should I get away? Why? My angry stomp of my soda, I may or may not have thrown my camera on the floor.
I was wondering what that sounded like.
The sound of gravity.
Now we're gonna watch that happen on stream.
I don't know if you could see any.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that's what happens when my camera is just sitting on top of an overturned glass instead of actually on a stand. But anyway, they could go on like this all lunch. Maybe if you jump in, you can curry the favor with one of them. Leave Damien alone! He can't sell his cup away because he's under a terrible curse that means he must keep it in his possession. It has nothing to do with the paternal love. Psst, Zoe, watch this. Of course this cup couldn't belong to Damien. He's the number 8th son of hell at best. Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down, Chase. Yeah, I guess you're right. Damien is a pretty lousy demon son. What? No, I'm not. No, I heard that you were. I heard that your dads don't even like you.
Dad's plural?
No, that's a lie. My dads love me. My dads love me so fucking much. My dads love me so much that they had the dwarven slaves in the 6th circle of hell for it and say the number 1 son of a hell. God, why don't you believe me? And they gave it to me because they think that I'm the number 1 son of hell and they'll treasure it forever. God. Oh man, it would have driven me absolutely insane not to know whether or not that was his cup or not. I love it when I get to see a glimpse into Damien's soft side. And hopefully you'll get a glimpse into Zoe's soft side from Prom night. Wait, no, that's no. I take that back. Pretend I said something nice about your favorite Eldritch cutie pie instead. Prom. Soccer.
Video games.
Oh, I said it loud. Whoa, what?
What? Okay, partygoers dance for 3 days at music festivals. Well, wilderness lovers hike for 3 days when camping. Now we're marketing a new kind of 3-day-long festival to hipsters that will revolve around one specific activity. Player order is decided based on how likely the activity would be to get those sweet hipsters to attend the festival.
Depends. Is there electricity at this festival? Because if there's not electricity...
So, because music festivals also, they require, amplifiers and stuff.
I mean, they don't have to, but yes, they typically do have.
They tend to nowadays, yes.
What kind of hipster festival are we doing?
Revolving around the specific activity we shouted.
Just because of the fact that it says that it's a music... Well, it's technically a music festival for wilderness hike lovers.
Dance for 3 days while wilderness love...
Well, yeah, I was just saying that...
Camping. We're marketing a new kind of 3-day-long festival.
One that's not that one.
No.
I see. It's just such a long paragraph, it's kind of a lot of information to remember. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, up to you.
I'm sorry, video games sound way more fun than soccer.
Well, that's because you don't like athletic things.
Yeah.
So, that's more of your personal take, not necessarily from the Prom's point of view.
Let's do this.
Unless you're trying to say that you're a hipster that'd be going to this because there's video games.
A lot of people would go just to play video games.
Alright, you person with 0 everything.
I'm gonna go mine some bitcoins. We've already seen this event, so.
Well,
Good money.
Scott jogs up and gives you a friendly punch in the shoulder. It nearly destroys you. Hey bro, I was just looking for you. The big game's today, and I need a friendly face to pep me up. I don't know why I put 2 E's there. I know, we've got like our cheerleaders and stuff for that, or whatever. But like, but between you and me, bro, I don't think our cheerleaders are hype enough. They're supposed to be giving 110%, but they're only giving me like 107, 108 tops. That's why I need you to come and give me like 115% at the game tonight so that I can give 120 or even 135. Thanks, bro. I know I could count on you. See you tonight. Scott bumps your fist and sprints off without even waiting for you to agree to his cheerleading scheme. Why do all of the you need to...
It's the same night.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, you had the one with the Vera with the blood cults. Now you have Scott.
Basically, it asked me, what am I gonna do? Pick the other cheerleaders up and juggle them. Dress up like the full moon and perch at the top of the bleachers. Maybe he'll transform. I like that one.
Aww. Well, I mean, you do have zero everything, so...
Yeah. You don't have much time to improvise a costume, so you grab a beach ball from the gym and spray paint it silver. No sooner have you reached the top of the bleachers than a drunken Sasquatch in the crowd mistakes you for a toy. She chucks you up into the air and you spend the entire game getting punched and tossed by happy members of the crowd.
LOL.
By the time you finally get free and return your organs to their proper places, the game's over. Your team lost. You catch up with Scott in the hallway after. He looks like somebody stole his favorite bone. Where were you, bro? Thought you were gonna give 115% tonight, but you gave 0 instead! No math wizard, but I think 0's a lot less than 115. It's almost 100% less! Bummer you missed the game, too, because there was this fun silver ball we all got to punch. Your loss, I guess. Your loss, indeed.
Oh, you can go with the negative!
Oh, not this negative!
I didn't know you could go with the negative! Oh no!
Lose 2 fun and 1 creativity. What the fuck is having a
Can your
negative
gift that
mean?
keeps on giving give you some better stats?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna dance. I'm going crazy. I'm talking to the Latino cat when he tells you that you won't ever be as fun as Bob the Scary Clown. You accept the challenge and go straight to Bob, stab him several times, opening his bleeding chest and eat some of his guts in order to consume his fun. Really? Do you think that's how this works? Well, it is. So, plus 2 fun. Afterwards, Calculaster manages to catch you alone. You can tell he's nervous because he prints out a piece of paper that says, "I am nervous," from his crotch. Okay.
Farewell.
Repository and found numerous romantic feelings for you. Wow. I feel like I'm doing this right.
Wow!
Wow! I am having trouble interpreting these feelings. Are they good? Are they bad? Is your love a virus? I don't know. However, I have determined that the best way to find out for sure is to confront you directly. Would you like to go on a date with me, yes or no? What? You immediately shout why so loud that passing students think that you're having existential crisis. Why?
I am happy.
Emotion found. Pleased. However, due to lack of amorous? I don't know what that word is. Experience on my part. I must rely on you to choose our date. Perhaps something that helps to illuminate the monster condition. I love to be around organics and do ordinary organic things. You know just the thing. Let's read Heidegger's complete works on the nature of the monster condition by Romantic Candlelight. Let's go to the hospital and watch people give birth. A classic activity organics do and a killer icebreaker. I'm thinking the book.
Okay.
Rather than live birth. Wow, I'm so smart. Being and time. Wow. I bust out the candles in my dog-eared copy. Wow. Calculaster loves every nanosecond of it, especially the part about how each monster is born as many monsters dies. And, Cat, what are you doing? You gonna go sit inside my dresser? Okay. And dies as a single one, or turns into a ghost or a mummy or something. You're on a roll. So you move on to another monster philosopher. Ludwig Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. I wanted to say Frederick, but I don't...
Branchy.
I was like, I don't know if that's Frederick or not, or if it'd have some more emphasis somewhere. when you get to the part in Julian Huxley's trans shamanism?
Transhumanism. I don't know where you got shamanism.
Because it has an SHAMAN-ism.
Yeah, but you said trans shamanism, so
it starts with trans. So yeah, I mean, did you not?
You added an extra S.
I mean, didn't you see when I was spelling out shaman how none of those letters are next to each other? About how Dracula with the robot arm is no longer a Dracula, but a robot Dracula. Calculaster turns to you with love in his face. I have a deeper understanding than ever before of the monster condition. Perhaps you would like to replace some of your parts with robot parts? Pardon? You can think of a lot of things that you'd like to do with some robot parts right about now. I gained 2 more smarts and a creativity. Wow! I'm so smarts. Hi, kitten. Is your turn, Miss Negative Pants. Who are you going to ask to the prom? And then I will choose Calculaster because that's the only person I've really talked to.
Ooh.
Ooh woo.
Ooh, woo.
Alright, Calculaster.
Calculaster basically asked you on a date, so...
He sure did, and he confessed to me multiple times.
Let's do this!
Alright. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to prom.
Meh.
Oh, honey, I'd love to!
Meh.
But the thing is, you know, Zoe plus Chase doesn't add up to any fun or cool ship names, and everyone knows that the first rule of choosing a date. Do you agree?
Spoiler alert, you suck.
Oh no. So, not this time, okay? Call me if by any chance you change your name in the future, though. What about Bailey? Does that work?
What's this, a bad fic?
Oh no. It all seemed pretty bleak, but you're a natural fighter, so you fought.
I'm sad.
For the right to marry your own hand. Yay.
All right.
But I asked him to monster prom even though we just went on a date and he already confessed his feelings. I don't know, Suki. What? I have stored countless images of you failing again and again in my memory RAM. What? And I have quite a lot of memory RAM. And yet your failures have taken like a third of it. I even made a silly loop of the footage with the lo-fi hip-hop playing in the background to make it less depressing.
Is this what people call lame?
Is this what people call what?
Lame.
Oh, lame. I heard ling. Like, what's ling? I'm not sure what is required to succeed at prom, but all data gathered implies whatever it is, it cannot be achieved by partnering with you. But we literally went on a date! I'm beginning to think that it's literally impossible to get a date to prom.
I think so too, at this point.
I literally asked somebody who confessed to Bailey that they liked me. I went on a date with Calculaster and they still said no. I'm very confused.
Starting rejection protocol.
This was too much for you. Well, yeah, because we went on a date and he still said no. You abandoned high school and spent the rest of my life designing a robot for sex purposes. No! Unfortunately, as soon as your robot lover got to true AI, he rejected you.
Wow!
What the fuck? I'm so confused.
How do you win in this game?
How do you win this game? I mean, I can understand why Bailey lost. She had negative...
By other people.
I can understand why you lost. You had negative points. Because I'm assuming that you need to have, like, a good score or whatever, you know, points-wise.
No, those are literally just for setting up situations.
Oh. Well, then why are we doing so bad? I don't understand.
Great question!
I am very confused. Also, your DLC has added another, like, 500 outcomes.
It sure has.
And another, like, 200 events. I don't know how
Most
many.
likely to be tasty if eaten by other people.
Pardon?
Yeah, that's me. I'm most likely to be tasty.
I'm most likely to be confused why I was rejected.
I mean, I'm confused too.
Those 2 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. You see this fucking tree man? The fuck is he? With the weird Pikachu. There's some weird looking.
Fun.
There's some weird people in this
Oh, I
crowd.
think that's the guy that we were talking about. Oh, what's his name? His parents got cut down for a mall.
Wow. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, doing this, that, the other, and all those other things. And you know what? It does happen. The school play was a success. The New Yorker said that never has a tree been as compelling and convincing as the tree in that play. Simply memorizing. Those many years of researching obscure trivia for her steamy fanfics paid off. Well, I can see why you wanted to go with her. She got a job as a consultant at a company who makes fantasy sex toys based on beloved pop culture characters. Is that where you want to work, Bailey? Work in the dildo business.
That would be fun.
Now she rakes in the big bucks designing blueprints of stuff like the cock of the Demogorgon or the vagina of the Statue of Liberty. What? Calculestra went into the Robo University and majored in mecha robotics. He's now 250 feet tall and fights against a weird giant creature protecting Tokyo. For those 2 weeks, prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone. The battle for prom may have ended, but there's lots of other battles in the war that is youth. But again, we are...
Why is there a platypus?
I didn't see it.
Shirt says send nudes. Sorry, I'm on the gallery page.
I like the Slender Man right there.
Yeah, the Slender Man's pretty cool. Yeah, there's apparently a... Oh, is he the turtle? He's the turtle, isn't he? There's also a fan art section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that there's not a button to go through that faster.